Good morning. Welcome back. We are going to be discussing character studies. In particular, we are going to look closely at Madeline Finn and think about how does she feel at the beginning of the story and how does she feel at the end. So if I zoom in here, I want to go back up to the top of the objective, and this is where we always are saying what we're working on. And it says, I can describe how a character changes. So we are going to be focused on this idea of change. And on this worksheet, we're going to be focused on the emotion or feelings of the character changing. So first, what we need to do, just like all of our other worksheets, is write our title. So right here is the title line, and I'm going to put Madeline. Oh, Finn and the library dog. Maybe you don't like doing it this way. That's fine too. Oops. Maybe you'd prefer. Let's see if I'm going to erase this using the text box. So I like to draw with my finger. It feels nicer to me. But maybe you've been working on your typing. I'll put a text box in here. And I could also put Madeline Finn and the library dog. Okay. Let's see if I can change the size right here. Pull it around to the side. Pull it on this side. There we go. And it fits actually really nice. So maybe the typing is nice for these worksheets. So I just wanted to show you that you don't actually have to write with your finger or with your mouse if that feels too difficult. You can also use these T typing box. Okay, so our title is Madeline Finn and the Library Dog. So the first question here is, how did, and who we're thinking of, the main character in this book is Madeline. Madeline. I might be saying her name wrong. I'm going to put Madeline there. Okay. Feel in the beginning. Okay. So if we're going to be thinking about how she feels in the beginning of the story, I want to go ahead and take a minute to look at the beginning of the story and remember we talk a lot about this picture walk, going back into the book and thinking about it after you read. You don't just read it and then answer. You read it and then go back inside the book and think about what happened. So this time we're going to go into the book and we're going to be thinking about how Madeline feels. We're going to be thinking about how she feels in the beginning. Okay, so let's jump over to my YouTube. All right, and I'm going to I left it on silent because this is my thinking time. I'm not listening to the story right now. Okay, and here she says that she doesn't like to read. Oh, and I remember on this page, she's talking about how there's these gold stars in the class and how she keeps getting a keep trying star or a good try star. And she wants this, or good try sticker. She wants the star. So if we go in, let's see, a little more. She just doesn't want to read. And I think she feels like these words are hard and that when she's solving them, they can hear and that the students are laughing at her. All right, so that's the beginning of the story. I'm going to exit here. Now that I did just the beginning of the story. Well, so I'm going to go back into my worksheet. Okay. And at the beginning, if I want to think about what emotion or feeling Madeline has at the beginning, I'm going to go over to the second page here. You have a first page and a second page. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to think about what kind of emotion she might be feeling. Is she feeling excited about reading, happy about reading, cool, confused, maybe confused because the reading is a little tricky. So maybe confused, shocked about reading, bored, scared, sad, nervous about reading, maybe nervous to be in front of her classmates, mischievous, exhausted, amazed, silly, cranky, hurt, proud, ashamed that she's still learning how to read, maybe. So these are the ones that I think are the best. Maybe ashamed, I think a little bit more, the word embarrassed. So maybe she is confused or nervous, ashamed, or embarrassed to read because she's still learning, and we're all learning, but right now it's feeling tricky for her. So I'm going to put in my text box, Madeline feels embarrassed when she reads in front of other people. Period. I'm going to move my text box here. A little bigger maybe, so it'll be easier for me to read. Okay. And then we're supposed to go in again. And this time, we need to think about how does Madeline, same character, remember we're noticing how this character, it's Madeline or Madeline, I'm sorry, I'm not actually sure. How does Madeline feel at the end of the story? So now we went into the book and we thought about the beginning. Now we need to jump to the end of the book. And remember, she's practicing her reading in the library. She's reading to the library dog. She goes into the class and she reads and she gets stuck on those words and she just keeps solving them. And at the end, she sees her teacher smiling at her and she got her star. She goes to the library to give the star to the library dog. And then she realizes that the library dog has had puppies and she wants to read to all of them now. So thinking about the end of the story, and remember we thought about the beginning already, but now if we think about the end of the story, how is Madeline different? How did she change? So now it's your turn to finish this worksheet. Your job is to say, what is Madeline's feeling or emotion at the end of the story? But then this last box here says, what event or what happened in the book that caused the character's feelings to change? What happened to Madeline that made her feelings about reading change? All right, so now it's your turn. Please finish these last two boxes about the story, Madeline Finn and the library dog, and please submit your character study to me. You could do it on SeeSaw or take a picture and text it to me. Excited to see your work.